What's up, it's your big homie, Edie Amin, a.k.a. Edie Dom.
Young Noble, outlaw for life, kicking with the homie Fonzie. BDTV, man, and it's outlaw for life. Machiavelli live on, Killer Gaddafi live on.
Peace, family. So we're back with it again this week with another exclusive guest, and this time it's the West Coast legend, Nummy Num, a.k.a. Numskull of the Luniz. What's good, my brother?
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, man. It's definitely a pleasure and an honor to connect with you. So, you look like you're in transit right now.
Yeah, I'm on my way to mom's house. No matter how famous I am or whatever, if I don't be at her house to help her do some things, she upset.
Yeah, that's real. So, you're definitely out taking care of family business, and that's good to see. How's things treating everybody that side with the pandemic and everything?
I mean, it is what it is. They trying to mandate this damn masking again, some shit. I don't. To me, I mean, it's a lot of bullshit. Yes, it is a virus out there, but it ain't nothing but the flu. You know what I mean? It's not killing. It's not killing all these people like they say. It's not what they say. Put it like that.
Yeah. No, there's definitely a lot of different reports on it in different aspects. I guess we can't really go too much into it because just like the mask mandate was somewhat muzzled here around social guideline policies and stuff, so there's only so much we're allowed to expound onto in some of these forums sometimes, which is a shame. But not to get too political, especially at the start of this interview, we want to start with maybe a point that you're quite familiar with, but your biography states that 18 years old was when you first got your big break in the industry by appearing with Drew Down on his LP, and that's where the Ice Cream Man single and stuff came from. So first we're going to start with that. How did you start out with music? What was your inspirations growing up in Oakland and stuff? And when did you start and decide that rapping was your thing?
Yeah, we knew rapping was the thing when we was like 15 years old. That's when we knew what we wanted to do, but it didn't start till really, we were selling dope at the time, and it really didn't start until the dope didn't dry up. It was just somebody found out that we had talent, and it was like, you guys can't sell no more dope, and it was one of the biggest dope dealers in Oakland. So he actually stopped us from getting any more dope to sell. He told everybody, y'all sell any dope to these dudes, we're gonna kill your ass. And we didn't get no more dope after that.
Oh wow!
He kept us in the studio though. Changed our lives for sure.
Okay, so that's quite an interesting start. One of the things which we'll get onto a bit more on the Luniz Operation Stacola album, which I thought was quite dope. You guys had on the insert cover like a whole lot of street slang and vernacular and stuff like that, which I didn't think nobody else really did at the time and stuff like that. So it kind of showed that you guys were like young street kids. You kind of, the slang and the stuff that you used and rapped about was so unique. To start with the Ice Cream Man song, because it says that was the song you was heavily featured on. What do you feel about, that record and it going on to be, a single that Master P went on to reuse and stuff as well in a different regard?
Ice Cream Man, that song was exactly what we were doing at the time. We was selling dope, you know what I mean? That's what it was all about back then. Me, people like me, I told my mom when I was young, I never wanted a 9-to-5 job. So I never have a 9-to-5 job. I'm gonna be a rapper. And my only way to that was selling dope, thinking that, I'm gonna do it on my own and things like that. But it didn't end up like that. But that's how that started. But Ice Cream Man was actually about where we were selling dope at, where we were selling dope, how we were selling dope, everything. That's how Ice Cream Man was. And when Drew first heard that song, he was like, man, I gotta get on that. And that was actually the first song we did for his album. That was the first song. We didn't know how many songs we were going to have on the album. We ended up having 7. And that was the first song we ever auditioned for him. And as soon as he heard it, we all laid it right then and there, and that became one of the 7 songs on the album.
Dope. So it's definitely a standout song and single, and it was on a major release deal because it came out through Sony, right? And then I believe you guys went on to sign with Virgin.
Yeah, Well, we were on Virgin. We never went to Sony.
Yeah, no, his song came out with Sony, and then you guys deal with
okay. Yeah.
Okay. So when you signing that deal with Virgin at a young age, recording the Operation Sokola album, I know it's going back some years, but recounting some of those songs, just the uniqueness of the features and stuff like that. Obviously it coined one of the biggest internationally known songs. I Got 5 on it. What was that like?
5 on it. Shit, but that song, we always knew that song was gonna be big. We did that song 2 years before it came out, but we never let anybody hear it. We never performed it nowhere. We kept it to ourselves. We knew that was going to be the one if we got a deal. And just so happened we did. They heard that song and it was over. They were like, yeah, we need that. But when we first heard that song, funny story, we on the freeway. We're coming from a barbecue. And we heard the song come on the radio. We stopped the entire freeway out here in Cali, and we started dancing and shit all over the freeway. I mean, traffic backed up for miles just while we listened to our song on the radio. It was nice. That's when we knew, okay, we did a little something. Let's see where it goes.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, and it's a worldwide hit with a lot of commercial appeal that went on to be, constantly remixed and stuff like that. And did you always plan for it to be like a, such a big weed song or a stoner song, which it kind of became as well?
No, we didn't think about it like that. It was a good song to us, and that's what we did. We smoked weed, so. It was just that. It became the classic, smoker song, which is great. I mean, we love it. We still make money to this day off that song. But we didn't expect it to do what it did. But we knew it would be big, but not that big.
So you went out there to release some stuff with Digital Underground, and you worked with the Digital Underground and stuff for a bit. What was that like?
First of all, man, rest in peace, Shock G, man. That was one of my best friends right there. The Digital Underground thing, it was like, that came about when me traveling with them and me doing songs with them came about when me and Yuck started having beef. And Clee, which is one of my best friends also, he was always traveling with DU, always, anywhere they went, he would go. And Shock called me one day and asked me, did I want to go on tour? Like, hell yeah. Travel with DU? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm with that. And ended up being on tour with them for 5 years straight.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I had a ball with them. I mean, we went all around the country. I don't think we never went overseas. I never went overseas with them, but traveled all throughout. I'm talking about we hit every state in the United States with Digital Underground. That was some of the best times I've ever had.
Right, yeah, no, that sounded like an experience, man. I didn't know you did so much time. I know you released the album with Clee, and it did say that you had spent some time like touring and stuff on your biography.
Yeah.
Now you only
Clee and Drake a lot album. That was a good album. I really liked that album. That was a different album for me. But it was pretty good. It was lovely.
Well, I was gonna ask about that because musically, you released the Numb World album. And then you did the album with Clee, but you did release a follow-up album after that. We heard there was some legal issues and stuff, but you had bounced back from that and cleared your name. But in terms of the music and stuff, the Numb World album, was there any particular reason otherwise outside of that was just your one album that you dropped? And what was that album like recording it? Because you had a lot of heavy features on there from the Youngblood, Sean Paul. You had Papa Roo from New Orleans, Devin the Dude, Yuck was out there, the Jacker, rest in peace,
That album, I never even wanted to do a solo album, ever. I didn't care about doing a solo album. I started with the Luniz, I was going to end it with the Luniz. That's how I felt back then. But that album came about because somebody just asked me one day, actually the guy who put it out, he was like, man, you got songs, that you ain't put out yet? I'll buy it from you. I'll buy a whole album from you. and songs that I was just doing, just to do them. Songs with Young Blood and all that shit like that. And I was like, yeah, I got some shit for you. So I just threw him those songs. He gave me what, $250,000, $300,000 for the album. I just gave him the songs and let him do what he wanted with it. I really didn't trip on putting that album out. I didn't care if I ever did a solo album.
Oh wow, that's crazy. So I'm guessing you didn't play it back. Did you play it back much or not really?
No, not really. I did like some songs on there. A lot of songs on there I liked. But yeah, I really didn't play that album too much. My dude, every time I go pick up one of my boys, he play that album.
Okay.
That's one of his favorite albums.
Well, I think the rareness of it even more so makes it stand out that it's, you one solo album, apart from the Luniz and stuff, you've got your other collaborative efforts and stuff, but that being the solo kind of makes it stand out. Now, you mentioned sort of a bit of a separation point at once with Yukmouth, but then you guys would reconnect and re-release, another album and stuff like that and get back touring and stuff. Was there a reason you didn't become like a member of like the regime and all that stuff when Yuk was doing all that?
That's his thing. I don't have nothing to do with that. Words are real big with me, and word regime is not something I want to be involved in,
Okay. Yeah, rest in peace. So I know we recently heard of the passing of Gonzoe. I don't know if you had any.
I knew Gonzoe. I knew him throughout the industry, and he used to be with Yuck a lot, and be around, see him in the club and shit when I lived in LA. But I didn't know Gonzoe like that. I can call Gonzoe a friend, but he really
I mean, what do you think of just like a lot of the deaths and stuff that we've seen in hip hop recently, even with a lot of the new generation artists and stuff? Do you think that a lot of the street culture that leaked into the music from the 90s has had an effect on what we see now with the younger generation?
Man, I can't tell you what is going. Oh yes, I can. The generation right now, man, it's not what we were in the 90s at all. I mean, the music right now, I don't know. I guess it comes from a I don't give a fuck type of thing with them. You know what I mean? Because, now this generation, it seems like they have no morals. They don't give a fuck about shit. It's like they wasn't even raised with parents. And you know what? That's probably our generation's fault. You know what I mean? We was wild our goddamn selves, but we cared about something. You know what I mean? We, especially when it came to our music, we had subjects. We talked about something. You know what I mean? Nowadays, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I can't say everything is garbage. There's some good stuff, but damn, the majority is just like, what is that shit? And the record industry is so fucked up. They just putting all this shit out. If you want to talk about killing your own people, doing drugs, disrespecting women, you can basically be famous today. Now, not to say that we didn't do all of that stuff when we were coming up, because we did, but it was done in a different way, man. I guess it wasn't all that. You know what I mean? We had a lot of it, yes, but it wasn't all that. We had subject matter. Nowadays, it's all that, man. And it's like, damn, y'all don't have shit else to talk about, which really makes it's sad, because that's where we going. Our whole everything, the whole rap thing, that's where it's going. That's where it's at. That's all we have. It's really messed up, man.
Yeah.
And they're gonna keep putting it out there. They're gonna keep putting it out there because they want our kids to follow that shit. That's how they want our kids to be like that.
Yeah, we did put out a report recently which touched on a similar question, and it was based on, can we cancel certain things that we don't like, where, they can cancel things that they don't like, because it was recently a huge uproar with some stuff that happened with the baby and stuff. With that being said, somebody that comes from the generation of hip hop that you do do you feel as though the industry has more politically sort of tied the voice of artists nowadays, where they're not as free to express themselves without, extra sort of repercussions?
Man, yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I think it all comes back to how they want us as black people to be. I mean, white kids listen to rap, yes, of course. But the black generation is the ones who go to jail over it, who gets killed over it, shit like that. And they want this. So, yes, it's political. And yes, it's an agenda against blacks. Yes, it is. Definitely.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. We recently spoke to Lonzo Williams from the World Class Record Crew, and he spoke on how he thought it was interesting that a lot of the labels had such, criminal sounding names at one point, which just ties into the prison industrial complexes and stuff.
Very true. Very true. Yep. It's a setup, man, and we can't win, man. First of all, we can't win shit. We can't win anything until we all come together, man. I swear to God. That might sound corny to people, and you always hear motherfuckers say we got to come together, but it's serious, though. If we don't unite, I'm talking about black, white, all types of people. If we don't unite, we cannot go against the powers that be. We can't win because we're too busy fighting each other.
No. I mean, definitely. I mean, speaking of even just that, one of the most, I guess, politically driven artists that we've seen that was able to capture a lot of people would have been Tupac Shakur. Do you have any experience of just Tupac, or what message do you think? Do you think his message could be replicated now with a new artist, or do you think that just artists like that was just at that one time then, and the message is out there now if people want to receive it?
I mean, who? We don't have nobody to take Tupac's place. We don't have nobody to take Martin Luther King's place. Anybody, Malcolm X, because they kill them all. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to step up. They kill everybody who try to help the black race. They kill them all. All of our heroes that we had from back in the day, they all were assassinated. That's fucked up. That's really keeping us like, fuck y'all. You get nothing. And I mean, nowadays, who's gonna risk death to come up and help their own people? It should be a lot of people to do it, but it's not. Man, motherfuckers scared of these motherfuckers. They will kill you if you try to uplift the black race and really, like, start a movement to help. You're gonna die. And people know that, man. I think that's why we don't got none right now. No heroes.
Yeah, it's crazy when you look at it like that, and especially when we think of some of the older guys, they definitely had, more so movements behind them, but there isn't so many, movements like that again because there's so much division. I think at the same time, you don't have any, like a new nation or anything like that. There's no big, you still have the nation and their functioning and stuff like that. But yeah, as I say, not to get too political into this, but I do feel sometimes as artists, a lot of artists have a political voice and stuff too, and it's always been that way, but I feel as though it's been silenced a lot more throughout the push for the new sort of music that they want nowadays.
Well, if you're an artist and you have political views and your political views are being heard throughout, say, the mainstream, whatever, you're bought and sold. They're not gonna put nobody on TV who's from the hood with political views, or somebody like me with political views that's going to tell the truth. No way. If you have political views and they're going to be heard, you being ran by something. Seriously.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, switching gears slightly, when we're looking at the West Coast and like West Coast hip hop legends, who would you have in your top 5? I know that's such a shift from the last topic of conversation.
Shit, I mean, Tupac, of course, Digital Underground, E40, NWA, of course. I mean, that's kind of hard because it's a lot of big artists from the West Coast. Remember Farside? I used to bang Farside. I used to love that. Hieroglyphics. Yeah, Souls of Mischief. I mean, it's so many. It's so many artists. Mac Dre. There's so many artists, man. That's from the West Coast that was hot.
Richie Rich and
So
stuff as well.
I really don't have a top five. All of them was cool to me. Everybody was good to me.
Yeah. And in terms of your time with Digital Underground, just to touch on it again, I mean, just for the people, what would you express like in the importance of I guess groups like Digital Underground in hip hop and just how they serve the hip hop community?
Digital Underground, they changed the way you thought about rap music. You know what I mean? I mean, he came out with this big ass nose on and was all party. You know what I mean? Sexual shit, and I mean it was a whole different thing with Digital Underground. When I went on tour with them, I didn't know how to actually perform. You know what I mean? Until I went on tour with them.
Yeah.
With the Luniz, we got on stage. You know, we rapped and jumped around and shit and acted a fool. But with Digital Underground, I learned how to actually perform, how to create a show. And DU, they were voted one of the best groups, like number 2, under Public Enemy, to have one of the best shows ever in hip hop. And I saw that when I went on tour with them. Incredible. I'm talking about incredible shows. DU, they put a lot of work into their music, of course, and into how they were seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And switching gears from that, just on the music front, can we expect to hear any new music from you? Or you mentioned earlier that you could be working with some new artists and stuff as well. Do you want to speak a bit on that?
Yeah, I just finished that album myself. This will be my first solo album.
Okay.
This will be that one for me. This is one I've been working on ever since I got home. And I got 3 artists that I'm working with that their album's gonna come out too.
Okay. Are they rappers? Can you give anything away on them? Or?
That's gonna be on the album?
No, the artists that you're working with, are they rap artists?
Oh, two rap artists and one R&B artist.
Okay. So we can expect to hear them on your project. Do you have a title for it yet, or it's just you still working on the last bits?
I'm thinking about a couple of them, but I haven't picked one yet.
Okay. And in terms of social media, where can everybody find you at?
Yeah, I mean, I got social sites and all that shit, but man, I'm not into that shit. I go on Instagram sometimes. I go post something on there, but that's every blue moon. Man, I don't do the social shit. I don't like putting myself out there like that. You know what I mean? I don't put pictures of my kids up, my family, none of that shit. I don't do the social media thing. That shit is dangerous, and it's a fucking waste of time to me. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. No, I don't.
But if you want to see me, it's Nummy.Num, I think, for Instagram. Yeah, and I don't know shit. Just type in Nummy Num, all my shit will come up.
And they're gonna get stuff up there, man. Most definitely. Okay. So, any last messages that you would give to like young people or young aspiring artists coming up?
Not to the artists, just to everybody, man. Listen, we have to stop being divided because we can't win against the powers that be. You know what I mean? We need to be together. We have to get through this and stop listening to the narrative, man. Stop that. No, anything you hear on mainstream TV, it's not for you. It's a lie. That's what it is. It's all lies. Read between the lines sometimes, man. Have your own mind. And don't take that fucking vaccine. Please don't. You're gonna be sorry.
Okay, so there we go. There we have it. Words from Nummy Num. So we definitely want to say salute and keep us updated with the new releases and projects and stuff. And obviously, we'll put the links down that people can check them out and stuff like that too. And look forward to reviewing them and playing them ourselves. Especially like your album that you're saying that this is your first album. So us as fans, we can appreciate and know that, okay, now this is your album, we can understand now that how the other one came about, and this one is one that you'll be working on in completeness to release.
Yep. So I'll definitely let you know as soon as I'm ready to drop.
Alright, most definitely. So salute family. We definitely want to say peace to the family. This has been Nummy Num, and we out on this one for this week. Peace family. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check us out on abouttheonline.com. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for exclusive playlists and social media for all different types of segments and content.